Let me ask the five of them to join me on the stage. And first up, with the 3 minutes, Eric Benz.
Didn't even give me time to sit down. Again, thank you so much for Innovate Finance putting this wonderful event on. I just wanted to reiterate what a great day it's been so far. Just wanted to discuss exactly what BitReserve does. I'm heading up all payments globally for BitReserve. A lot of you have probably heard about the company, but basically what we're doing is we're providing the first transparent cloud banking service that we've seen, and I'll explain that real quickly. Again, we have the ability now to develop a new architecture and bring a lot of businesses to an environment that we all know so well. However, we haven't really found ways in which to unlock the value of operating in the cloud. So what we're doing is building a transparent financial services company in the cloud and being able to give members, our consumers and businesses, the ability to create and manage and interact with their digital assets free of charge and instantaneously. So being able to develop a brand new financial services infrastructure in the cloud and allowing peer-to-peer payments, instant access to line of credits, instant access to funding, and borrowing, and making cross-border payments completely free is the exact mission of what we're trying to do. So combining that with a nice history of playing in the cloud with a lot of the people involved with BitReserve, we're here to really make a statement to provide access to every single business and consumer in this world. Again, we have over 1 billion people with financial services access right now, but there's over 7 billion people who don't have any access whatsoever. And what we're here to provide is the ability to bring these consumers into an online digital framework and provide them access and control to their own personal money. So when you talk about money and you talk about their finances, our whole message and what we're articulating is what people do with their money is their business. But what we do with their money is everyone's business. And the whole concept of being able to broadcast a transparent means and a ledger to show exactly how much we hold, how much we're committed to our members, and exactly how much money we're making as an institution is very apparent. And the ability to provide this transparency model to a lot of the other financial institutions is also becoming a very apparent synergy as well. So again, we have a hell of a roadmap scheduled to really provide true financial innovation, and we're really excited to not only be a part of the Innovate Finance event, but we're also excited to provide further innovation moving forward.
You had 2 seconds left.
I know, right?
You could have done an extra pitch in that time.
That's true.
Very well done. Eric Benz, thank you very much. Tim Clark is next up, and again, the same treatment, 3 minutes on the clock from the moment you start speaking.
Thank you. Good afternoon. My name is Tim Clark. I'm CEO of Kusiri. Kusiri is a search and monitoring platform. And the original idea behind Kusiri was, how do you solve that problem of trying to get a single view of a customer? Working with one of our global clients, we identified 67 different internal files and systems that they needed to go to get that single view of customer. Well, Kusiri solves that problem. We take and provide you a single view of any data in any format from any location, and we do that in real time and at the same time. In just under 3 years, we've moved from being 2 of us and a cat working in the chairman's house. There's now 14 of us working Canary Wharf. We're working on level 42, which is the high growth space for level 39. And in that time, we've trebled our revenues, increased our client base, and we've won the Dassault Système 3D FinTech Challenge. Typically, our clients are working with us in sort of 3 key areas: simple ID verification, KYC and enhanced due diligence, and forensic investigation. Increasingly, when we're working with our large clients, we're recognising the opportunities, or they're recognising the opportunities of working with fintech, of realising that working with the small guys can provide an agile and a responsive solution to what they're doing. However, there are some challenges working with these big guys. Agile and responsive, that isn't such a word for those guys. It can be a challenge. And despite all of the innovation, all of the support of fintech, these guys can be difficult to work with, overly bureaucratic, and for us as a small guys, as a small company, they're difficult to sell to, and it takes too long for them to pay as well. In 2015, Kusiri is looking to completely revamp and re-architect our solution. We're focusing more on enhanced due diligence, more on investigation, and more on monitoring. I think in this year as well, we'll be looking to look for investment to actually look more globally, and also to look at new markets as well. We've been talking to the guys so I'm looking at the countdown here, it's fine. We've been out to New York, we've spoken with the guys out there, and interestingly, we have a lot more interest in London and in the UK. It isn't all about New York. It isn't all about the US. There's far more interest in growing and helping and supporting small companies like our own here in London. So before I get completely bombed out by the countdown clock, let me just say it's good to be working as part of this collaborative organisation, and I want to thank you for being here, and hopefully we'll work with each other as partners in the future. Thank you.
Thank you, Tim. Well done. It is a lot harder than it looks, and that countdown on that screen is really, really distracting. Let's see if it throws off the third of our speakers. Christian Faes, time will start from the moment you start speaking from the lectern. You have 3 minutes.
Thank you very much. Well, good afternoon, everyone. 3 minutes isn't long to talk about a business that we think is hugely exciting, but I'll do my best to give you a brief introduction to what we're all about. So I'm Christian Faes, co-founder and CEO of LendInvest. We are trying to change the concept of a mortgage from how you get one through to how they are funded. So we are the world's largest peer-to-peer platform for mortgages. We set up the business in 2013, and in terms of the volumes that we're lending, our target this year is to lend £300 million, although that was sort of seemed like a reasonable target just a couple of months ago. And based on February's figures, we lent £40 million. So I think we'll confidently surpass our target. Basically, we're one of the main peer-to-peer players in the space, or in the UK. We think that we're a little bit different in the sense that we were a real-world lending business before we took our proposition online. So we set up a business in late 2008 called Montello Bridging Finance, which was a short-term mortgage lender. Initially we had a couple of investors, then we set up a fund. We've now got 2 funds and some bank funding lines attached to that business. But we really were able to define and develop as a business offline before we took it online. So why we were sort of drawn to technology and I guess the peer-to-peer space was we saw the ability for technology to change the way we were doing things in 3 critical ways. The first way was we're able to offer mortgages as an investment asset class. So for the first time, investors can actually invest in a mortgage. So previously it was obviously the exclusive domain of hedge funds, pension funds and the banks. Now investors can go online and invest in a mortgage. The second thing that attracted us to technology was with regards to the credit underwriting process. So we're able to significantly enhance what we're doing to the point where we think that we can make better decisions in a much quicker way than what the banks can when it comes to making a mortgage decision and through to the experience. Which brings me on to the third point where we think technology really enhances our process, and that's in the consumer experience. Anyone who's gone through the process of getting a mortgage in the UK will know that it's a time-consuming, bureaucratic process that is full of nonsense. And it's definitely one that is not a good consumer experience. So with what we're trying to do is we can make a good consumer experience, we can make better credit decisions, and also we can speed up the process. So the average mortgage in the UK takes over 3 months to draw down. we provide funding within a couple of weeks. So we're enhancing our technology and we'll get better at what we're doing, but hopefully we can get to the point where we can do it in a couple of days. Thanks very much.
Another flawless performance. Christian, thank you very much. Presentation number 4 now is Taras Chaban, and same for you, sir. There'll be 3 minutes on the clock, which we're now resetting, and the time will start from the moment you start speaking.
Thank you. Our world's first chief behavioral scientist told me that power posing will help me with my speech. We'll see about that. Hello, I'm Taras Chaban, and I have background in technology and machine learning, and before starting this company, I've been a hedge fund manager. But enough about me. Being CEO and co-founder of Sybenetix, I'm privileged to have support from a unique team of experts in finance, technology, and behavioral science. Sybenetix is leading the way in one of the new disruptive categories in fintech, enterprise behavioral analytics. This new category combines hard data, analytics, and behavioral science, and our focus so far has been on investment management industry, where our clients are hedge funds, asset managers, banks, and fund of funds. Over the last few years, we've been building and refining our enterprise platform with a selected group of pioneering companies, such as Man Group, where we work with fund management, risk, and compliance, providing key metrics and helping them to improve performance, conduct, and increase assets under management. Our single platform solution spans across enterprise, processing millions of trades for companies that manage trillions of dollars. For example, in front office, hundreds of investment teams use Sybenetix to gain deeper insights into their investment decisions, leading them to improve their success rates, payoffs, stock selection, and capital allocation. In middle office and compliance, we process every single trade, building behavioral profiles and helping compliance to get to their high-risk traders with record speed and provide proactive reporting to the regulators. We've had a fantastic start to 2015. At the end of January, a panel of experts from Google, Microsoft, American Express, Axel, and many others selected us as one of Europe's top 50 companies in fintech. We also had a very productive visit to the US in February with UKTI and Mayor of London. And today we are announcing that we have signed a major deal with a global asset manager who will apply our system to their funds. Looking into the future, of course, we'll be expanding our analytical capabilities, and we'll be adding more relevant data to the platform, such as email, voice, or biometrics. We are at fast growth stage, expanding due to demand from new customers, establishing our operations in the US, and broadening our discussions with investors. And I have enough time for extended applause. Thank you so much for listening.
And we can end it there. Thank you. That extra 10 seconds will prove invaluable somewhere else in the conference. So the fifth presentation now in this segment, again, 3 minutes on the clock for Christian Ball. Your time starts whenever you speak.
Thank you all. My name is Christian Ball. I'm the MD of Meniga UK. How do you follow some of that? Great stuff, eh? I personally, when I was asked to talk for 3 minutes on a subject which I believe in passionately, I thought to myself, that's bloody hard, because I've got a lot more content, I hope, than 3 minutes. What I've got to try and do for you today is give you a little bit of insight into our company. I've also been asked to talk a little bit about why we are in London, why we're in the fintech space in London. So first of all, who is Meniga? Meniga was started in 2009 with a simple proposition. And that proposition was, how do we help consumers make smarter decisions? Right at the beginning, our view was, well, what's the best place to go to do that? Do we do a business-to-consumer model? Do we look to work business-to-business? We took a very simple view that we would work with banks as a main repository of financial information for customers and use that relationship to help drive our propositions. So what are we doing? We're essentially helping financial services organizations meeting the challenges of the so-called digital economy. How are we doing it? We're providing white-labeled solutions that can be embedded in modular way in banks' own infrastructure, whether it be internet or increasingly, of course, mobile. That can be broken down into award-winning UI, UX design capabilities from a presentation point of view. It can be very much focused on functional support, so not just worrying about UI, but actually enabling functional engagement for deeper customer engagement in solutions through new channels. It's not as easy as it sounds. And of course, last but not least, and we all talk about data, the provision of enriched metadata in real-time operational terms that will drive true customer engagement experience. We believe that those are core components and foundation stones for the successful delivery of digital strategies. We're focused on helping financial service organizations transform customer interaction with their own finances, and at the same time, helping organizations meet the demands of an ever-demanding customer base. Last but not least, challenges for us as an organization. When we were small, acquiring talent, there's a degree of risk in joining a small fintech. Being taken seriously by a client base, we have to drive hard on value-adding business cases, so finding first client and being able to prove your value is critically important. For us in 2015, we continue to grow as an organization, adding new people to our marketing and financial hub here in London. And why fintech in the UK? For us, it boils down to three main reasons. Resource availability, it's got a great talent pool, great communications, and last but not least, great infrastructure, such as Level 39, supporting our business growth. Thank you very much.
Sorry, Christian, if you were hoping to get his 10 seconds, he wasted them on the applause that he milked from the audience. It's a lot tougher to do than it looks. They made it look so easy. Please thank all five of them for their 3-minute presentation. Eric Benz, Tim Clark, Christian Faes, Tara Chaban and Christian Ball.